All right, welcome everybody back to Dad's Coffee Break. My name is James, and today I am actually taking a break to take a look at an update that was just released for Kingdoms Reborn. I am right in the middle of a brutal difficulty playthrough. Full disclosure, I actually just finished recording I guess not most, all of the episodes last night. So this update comes at a pretty good time, actually. I just finished that playthrough, so looks like they added a number of new improvements and then also a number of fixes to the game. And I wanted just to highlight some of those here on the channel. I don't think I'll do another playthrough of Kingdoms Reborn for a little while at least. I think I'll let more of the updates roll out and just keep an eye on them. But I definitely will want to come back and play in the future because it looks like they're making some significant improvements to the AI. And just as a high-level overview of what this patch includes, it includes improved AI players, improved citizen AI. They put a tunnel now into the mix. I think on my first Let's Play of Kingdoms Reborn, I actually couldn't get to a certain part of the map that I had claimed because of the mountains. So this will be extremely useful. And then they revamped the market. But taking a look at the patch notes below, and you'll notice there's a number of dates here. That's because all of these were included in the experimental branch of the game. So they rolled these out over time, but for the full published update, all of these fixes are included. And I'm just going to kind of briefly go through these. They added a pop-up explanation for when the labor count is at zero. Hopefully this is for builders as well. I guess it would probably be the same pool at that point, but this is big just because I pointed out a lot of the times in my Let's Play is the fact that, once this goes to zero, there's no point building any other buildings because you can't get people to work on it. So that's nice to know because a lot of the times you're not looking at the town center. They added some hotkeys, it looks like. Looks like there's a single player new game crash that they fixed, which is fantastic. Looks like they fixed a number of issues that they had there. But getting down into the November 14th, I'm looking, they actually reduced the amount of food that the Gatherer's Hut generated. So it's now 20% less. That's going to be huge. You can't sell off the Employment Bureau Statistics Office card. I am assuming that's what this means. Storage space warning reminds you every 60 seconds instead of every 20 seconds. This is huge. You won't hear the cowbell warning each and every time. So that's a nice quality of life change. And now they changed it instead of combo bonus shown as combo level whatever instead of just level whatever. And then they added upgrade town hall to the initial quest line. So just as a what I believe is going to be as one of the kind of goals in the upper right hand corner. Fixed some UI farming logistics bugs. Okay, I'm going to move down to some of the bigger changes that I've seen. Added the tunnel, like I mentioned before. Markets are now storage, and that storage is actually fulfilled by the market workers. So markets will be used to store certain goods for your townspeople and specifically for the houses surrounding them, so it makes it easier. The other thing that I saw in here is that rationalism. So this is something I actually just went over in the episode today. It's one of the house upgrade unlocks, and rationalism now gives 30% research bonus instead of 20, which is nice because it does come very late in the game. So giving a bonus that much, really, to me, that's saying like, hey, here's some bonus research to help you finish off the tech tree. Difficulty consumption adjustment has been changed. So I guess this is changes to how much citizens consume certain goods or how much production buildings consume certain inputs. And it looks like, so the thing that sticks out most to me here is the fact that they have normal, hard plus 30, brutal plus 60, but then it looks like they've added king and emperor difficulties onto the game. My game right now is on brutal, which was the hardest. and now there's going to be an Emperor difficulty. So that might be an interesting playthrough. We'll see. We'll see in the future. Difficulty now also affects sickness and tools consumption. That's fantastic. Tailor can now make clothes and fashionable clothes if you have dyed cotton. They've lowered the amount of workers at the tailor. They nerfed the weaving machine upgrade. That's fine. And then it looks like they've adjusted a lot of the pricing here. First cotton mill has been moved to level 6. It was level 7. I think it's one of the last unlocks. So yeah, it was came such late game. I never even used this. Granted, I was never producing cotton, so never had a point to make it. But yeah, that'll at least make it a little bit more relevant to the games. But then it looks like they adjusted the costs of certain goods here. It's all interesting. Food balance, looks like they put food price around 5 gold. They lowered the default amount of food that you start with. That's interesting. Was 240, now it's 180. That's going to make the game a little bit tougher, especially in the harder difficulties. And then it looks like they actually increased the cost of flour and beer and furniture, so that'll be fantastic. And the things that I'm most excited about are in this following section. AI player improvements. AI defends itself. Thank you. Yeah, this honestly made conquering and vassalization kind of just dull. We had an exorbitant number of influence points and really could just go around the map and click vassalize and just watch the bar tick over until they were our vassals. AI did not defend itself. It was not very engaging. But hopefully with this change, it will be. Now it looks like they also upgrade the town hall, they build farms and ranches, and then they're more aggressive at expansion. So that's going to be interesting, especially if you have a number of AI on the same continent. I think that will make it much more engaging, especially around the military and influence points aspect of the game. Oh, they added new music from Alistair Lindsay. That is, by the way, the same person that made the music for RimWorld. So that's interesting. And then, so the December 1st update, this was the most recent that came to the experimental branch. But AI less likely to serve more. They'll use farming more. They'll import iron, able to handle emergencies and handle their storage better. So I think, honestly, this patch hopefully has just made a number of adjustments around the AI, which make them a lot more engaging. Oh, and then also what I forgot to mention is that there's a very large tool penalty to work speed as a result of not having tools. It was 50%. Honestly, I didn't even see that much, I feel like, but now it's 75%. So, and then harder game and higher difficulty. Yeah. Oh, all interesting stuff, all interesting tweaks, and added more player names. Yeah. Wild card has no bank. I don't think I ever ran into that. Sorted the wild card list. That looks good. Yeah. So a number of different fixes, a number of AI improvements, a couple of revamps, and they added the tunnel. I'd be extremely interested to play this. I mean, that was one of the main points why I wanted just to test out the brutal difficulty, is to see if the AI would be more engaged and fight back. And I think that these changes will hopefully bring about that and really change the dynamic of the game. So that's really it. Just wanted to highlight these changes, these updates. I think it's really going to improve the game overall. But stay tuned for the next episode of my Kingdoms Reborn Let's Play coming out on in the next day or so. And yeah, hope you guys are doing well. I'll talk to you later.